Every loss to this game and this team to Boston this year, except for game 2, you've led in the fourth quarter. How much confidence does that give you guys going in there? Except for a bounce or two, we could have won more games. Regular season and postseason.
Well, you understand that. We come to the series, we're very confident because we've been able to play with this team. You just hope that you can find a way to get over the hump and win. So we finally found that way to get over the hump and win. And you never know. That's a big thing. I always go back to the Dallas series for us because at the time we never beat that team either. Until we found a way to win. Then we beat them 4 times in a row. So you never know. I'm sure Boston's very confident. They have all the reasons to be going back home. We haven't beat them there. I don't even know the last time we won in Boston. We haven't beaten them there in a long time. So they'll be very confident, but we got to continue to play our same game.
Dwyane, everybody knows how you finished the game, but the way you guys started with the energy, a big part is getting J.O. going. Do you kind of like, when you give him the ball, you're like, damn, I hope it goes in so he can just get going?
Yeah, you just want him to get going, as a scorer, as a player. You just need to see the ball go through the basket. Hopefully, he can get it. We're going to need him. We're going to need everyone on this road trip because it's a tough place to play and to win. This team right here just play tough. They play different at home, just like a lot of teams with their energy. Their bench is really, really big, when they're home. So, we're going to need everyone.
How much does people would say you can't expect that again, but sometimes with great players you can expect it again. I mean, do you have another one of those in you? Do you believe in this series?
Oh, it's in me somewhere. I don't know when it's gonna come out. I got a lot more of those in me. Oh, that's not the case. Every game is different from game to game. I approach the game the same way I approach this game. For us, it's still win. Now it's really win to go home. First is win to stay home. So, I approach the game the same way as in my mentality. And, it was just an opportunity there for me last night in the fourth quarter to be aggressive and take over. And that's what I did. I had a good game 3, take away the cramps up. Not a good game 3, as well. So, just being very aggressive. I'm sure that I'm going to see some different schemes and things like that. So it's going to take me a while to figure them out, in the middle of the game. But once I figure it out, then I'll be able to attack.
How much did the cramps and the calf, you predetermined you were going to shoot some jumpers? I mean, it seemed like from the beginning.
Well, yeah, it did. Because it takes away from the explosiveness a little bit, especially at the end of game 3. And at the end, I just shot all jumpers because usually that'll not be out there, and I'd rather be out there. So that was unfortunate. But just like last year, just like previous year, I shoot more threes in the playoffs anyway. I play around through the season. But I shoot more threes in the playoffs anyway, and I work on them a lot more, and I'm very confident in them. I know if I hit one, I can get on a roll. So.
Players live for the type of atmosphere that was in this building yesterday. Did that aid you in the type of day you had, or did you just know once you started hitting a few that you could have been outside somewhere, you were going to hit every shot?
Well, the atmosphere was phenomenal. Of course, it will give you that extra to get over the hump. You want to put on the show, for your fans, for your family. But when I'm like that, when I'm shooting like that, I can be anywhere shooting like that, and it's I'm gonna be in my own world. I talk to my hand anywhere, with that feeling. But the crowd was amazing, and it fueled all of us, and hopefully we can bring it back here and once again give our crowd the chance to give us that energy.
When you're on the road, how fun is it to silence a crowd?
Oh, it's sweet. It's sweet. I always say, certain players, anybody can be good at home. Any team, any individual player can be good at home. It's what you do on the road that separates, the players from the players. That's the big thing. And, of course, silencing arena. I watched the Cleveland-Chicago game yesterday, and, knowing that they booing LeBron, but as soon as he run up into the crowd, they pat him on the back, they want to touch him, they want to get their moment. It's kind of like, that's what it's about. It's cool.
Dwyane, do you have to say anything about, hey, don't expect this? Because the other guys might, sit back and say, all right, he's taking over.
No, I ain't gonna say that. We understand what we gotta do. We know we've been together all year. We've been through these ups and downs. They know what kind of player I am. They know the look in my eye when I get going. Q especially. He come to me and say, put the cape on. It's just different. Some nights I might not have it, but I'm gonna continue to always believe in those guys. we don't win the ball game if it's not for all of our defensive efforts on the opposite end. Unfortunately, I had a good night going offensively, but defensive end was where we won the ball game at. All of us, diving on the floor, helping each other out, and them guys understand.
Just an opportunity right now where you can't afford to leave anything on the court. I mean, no matter how it goes, this is it. I mean, it's elimination time, and you got to leave everything you have out there.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was getting a lot of people hitting me, asking me after Game 3, was I going to play in Game 4? I was like, you need to play now, or possibly wait till October, November. I'm not. I want to continue to keep playing. I'm not. We're not ready to give up yet. This is not a series that I don't care what no one says. It's not a series besides Game 2. Even all season, we've been getting just beat. They've just been beating us in like the 3-0 look. This has been a tough series. They have to win these games in the fourth quarter, and more credit to them. But this is we're not easy opponents, and we won't be an easy opponent tomorrow if we come out with the focus we need, the toughness we need. Knowing it's going to be very, very hard game for us, and we got to be able to withstand the runs they're going to make. They're going to make some runs. We got to be able to be tough and not say, okay, well, guys, it's been a good year, in the middle of the game. So, we'll see our fight tomorrow.
Did you watch your own highlights last night?
Always.
So could you tell what you were saying to your hand? Do you remember?
Not at all, not at all. Yeah, no, I had a lot of friends and family over my house afterwards. So yeah, watching the games. It was a great day to have a good meal, watch all the games, and a couple of my highlights here and there. So it was cool.
Did you TiVo the game? You watch the whole thing or just not?
Our game?
Yeah.
I watched it on the plane today. To take notes as I do every game, just to learn from it. I haven't watched it yet.
Dwyane, at your advanced age now,
advanced age.
how much? There have been times when in the regular season you've had 40, 44, 48, whatever it is, and the next night it always seems to be on a back-to-back, and the next night it's a 14, a 17, a 20, something like that. How much does the day off in a playoff series period just sort of matter to you as far as recharging, reviving, all those things?
Oh, it matters a lot. Of course, in the series, for us, maybe the best thing for us is to only have one day off, and give them just one day, being a little older than us, but that really hasn't mattered much anyway. But you need it because when you put everything into the game, like you did, like a game like last night, your body is the next day. How my body feel today ain't good, but tomorrow after a day of treatment, rest, therapy, all that, your body feels so much better, and so you need that.
Hey, Dwyane. After the game, Kevin Garnett said that he knew that you were the focus of their defense, and yet, obviously, they'll focus much more on you in Game 5. What do you expect from them defensively, and what adjustments do you think you'll have to make based on what they do to guard you in Game 5?
I mean, I think I'm the focus of the defense most nights. But you can't project me to hit 5 threes in the third, fourth quarter. So, focus or not, I don't think they projected me to hit 5 threes. So it's either play me real high and don't let me get to the 3-point line, or just do what you do. I think they're very confident in their defensive schemes. I think, like Dr. Rivers said, his whole goal was to make sure that me and my teammates didn't get up. He can deal with me having a big night, but he didn't want both. And that's our thing, is to see how we can have both guys. Myself and my team have big nights like Q did. B's had a good night. So I'm sure I'll be the focal point. I think I've been there again. I don't think they came into one game and I wasn't a focal point at all. So I'm not necessarily worried about that. I don't know how the game is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to score 40 again. I don't know if I'm going to score 14. I have no idea. But my job is to do what I can to help us win the ball game. And scoring is not always that. That's not the only thing you win ball games at, and I understand that. So I'm not necessarily worried about that aspect of it.
Do you almost have to go back into that 06 mentality against Dallas, where down 0-2, there was a desperation there, and just came out a couple 40-point games, a couple high 30-point games? Is that what it's going to take? I mean, obviously, the dynamics of different teams are different, but that type of approach, is that what it's going to take?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what it's going to take. I mean, we have no way to get the next game. We lose, it's the season. So we have to play desperately. I think more so now than ever, especially on the road, you have to play even more desperately than you do at home, because there's going to be a lot of loose balls, there's going to be a lot of 50-50 rebounds, there's going to be a lot of things that's going to win, that's going to decide the ball game. And it's going to show who the most desperate team. If you got, guys like KG, Paul, and, Ray, first ones on the floor, at 30-something years old, then they're desperate. That shows what they want, what they're trying to get. And we got young guys not going down there, and we're not desperate teams. So we'll see. We're going to see how much it means to us to continue to keep this series alive.
How much do you